Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guest is on a mission to change the way we live after a loss.
My guest today is Christina Rasmussen, the author of a really fabulous new memoir called Second First.
Christina Rasmussen, the founder of Second First, which is a community devoted to helping people step out after a loss and come back to life, says that loss can be your launch pad.
Instead of just surviving, she wants us to create a new life. Here to share some ways to get beyond the grief, we welcome the author of Second First, Christina Rasmussen.
Christina Rasmussen is an author, speaker, and social entrepreneur. She uses the basic principles of brain science and quantum physics to change the patterns and habits of grief. She is the founder of the Life Reentry Institute and the creator of the Life Reentry Model. She is educating and training medical centers, hospices, and therapists to provide life reentry support groups and services globally. She writes a weekly blog on her secondfirst.com site and engages close to 600,000 followers on Facebook. She is the best-selling author of Second Firsts, which has also been translated in Chinese and German, and is currently working on her second book, Where Did You Go? Christina's work has been featured many places, including ABC News, NPR, the White House blog, and MariaShriver.com. Christina is on a crusade to help millions of people rebuild, reclaim, and relaunch their lives using the power of their own minds.
My tragedy took place in 2006 when my 35-year-old husband, who I adored more than my own life, died of colon cancer. 8 years ago, I was reborn. I am actually just 8 years old. I know, right? But it's true. I negotiated to get a new body. Nobody was giving me a new body. Today I'm gonna ask you to let go of everything you think you know about grief and open your mind to an experience that we're gonna have here together. When we experience loss, something happens to our identity, to who we are, to ourselves. And if we utilize that change, then we can create amazing things in our lives. How many people here have lost someone they love through death? Raise your hand. Keep your hand up. How many people here have lost someone they love through divorce? Raise your hand. How many people here have lost a job? Raise your hand. Everyone goes through loss in their life many times. There will be moments in your life when you'll say, enough with this. I've been through too much. Why one more time? Why one more loss? Loss is an inhuman experience happening in a human body. And what happens next is really evolutionary if we use it to re-enter. People think that loss is a death, loss is a job loss, loss is loss of worthiness because of a rejection that you experienced. Right. Loss has many different masks. I discovered a secret place in between two lives. The place they left behind because of whatever they experienced, and then there was a place here on the other side. And in the midst of this, there was a place that we're all inside there hiding. I found millions of people who did not know why they were there. They thought they were living their life fully. They believed they had everything figured out, but they felt something inside of them that just wasn't right. They felt stuck and they didn't know why. I've been in the waiting room thinking that the corporate world and surviving after my husband died and not thriving was the way it was supposed to be. But we're not supposed to just survive. And I really don't think so. Time does not heal all wounds, action does. After that experience, I realized I need to get back to my profession and really help millions of people start their life over again. You need to discover who you now are because you're no longer the person you used to be. By the end of our time together in a few minutes, I want your mind, I'm very specific about this, to look at your life and say, where is it that I can go to change my reality from here to there? And maybe we will believe that we have the power to change our life. I want to get grief on the center stage. Politicians, government, non-profits, for-profits, big companies, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna talk about it. If I get a moment with those people, I will shake the ground they're standing on. I will remind them who they are, the kind of human species that we are, and why we experience what we experience, and what we can do about it. The people who are listening to us today and they've gone through a loss, any kind of loss, know that you have the ability not just to overcome your loss, but to really discover who you are. Change is easy. Change is practical. Change is small, tiny, little steps that I call plug-ins. Plugging into life at 5%. What does 5% look like? Change your hair color. Paint this wall. Go to work a different way. And then the next day I want you to plug in again at 5%. So we didn't activate the fear center like this. We didn't get the brain to say, "What are you doing? You're trying to get me out of my routine. I'm asleep. You're trying to wake me up." So we're sneaking out of the waiting room and into life. Dream, act every day. Repeat. Dream, act, repeat. Step outside of the routine. Try something new. Find a new hobby. Action heals. I call myself a life strategist after loss. I'm not here to teach you how to grieve. I'm here to help you come back to life. Today, I'm going to ask you to crawl out of the waiting room, to step into this place, and it's gonna feel difficult and it's gonna feel unknown and uncomfortable, but you're gonna start hearing what's been living inside of you for so long, and you're gonna know why you belong to the life you are meant to have. I will spend the next 40, maybe 50 years helping free the millions of people that are in the waiting room. It's not the cards you're dealt, it's how you play the hand that is important. When you have been through the unthinkable, you can do the impossible.